And today I'm going to interview the CEO of Laloma Inc. and the creator of Teens View. Please welcome everybody, Charles Laloma.
Hello. Hi,
hello,
Cindy.
How are you today?
Good. Thank you for having me here.
It's a pleasure having you today.
That's good. That's good.
So how have you been lately, Charles?
Busy.
Busy.
You can see with the Team View that we're doing now.
That's true.
Websites, social media stuff and everything.
Yeah.
So we've been a little bit busy.
I was actually going to ask you, how is it going right now? Like, what are the lows and the highs of this
business? Well, the highs is that, at least we're getting a lot of teenagers to participate with us, and it's growing and growing as fast as it could. But then that's also the low. It's growing so fast, and we're trying to reach out more people, and it's kind of hard and frustrating that we can't reach out every single person every day with all the requests that's coming in.
Oh, I see. And how has it been lately interacting with the kids? Like,
it's funny.
Really?
The staff alone is funny.
Really?
Like I said, we're having our own show. We have our talk shows. We have a lot of things, and it's a frustrating thing. But being with the staff is funny.
Really?
Yeah.
You guys are really close, you guys?
Yeah. We actually go a lot of places. Myself, Gabriel, who's one of the adult ones. He's still a teenager, but he's more adult than everybody else. We go to more places together. Their parents, we always connecting. So it's a good family orientated thing.
Do you take them on trips to congratulate them on their success?
Yeah, we actually do. We go out to 42nd Street and we act a fool. Sometimes we gotta act professional because we are a TV host. But we do act fun and we have a little bit fun times out there.
Oh, I see. That's good. That's good. So, do you consider them? Do they consider you as a role model? Do they up to you?
That's a big word, role model.
Yeah.
I don't even consider myself a role model. I don't know. I just consider myself a person that's trying to reach other people. And as a teenager, as I was a teenager, someone helped me, which was much older. I figure I'll do the same thing. So I don't really see myself as a role model, just a person that wants to help.
And did you ever have a role model as a kid? Did you look up to someone?
Yeah, I did. Actually, we did give him a Humanity Award. His name is, we call him Pablo. He actually was one of the persons, when he was in the Navy, he sent me photos, and I was a young kid, and he's an adult, sending me photos of what he's doing. I always said, you know what, I have to do something to that similar part. And I had, my family and friends behind me at all times.
Oh, I see. Did you ever, think about taking his steps, or you just thought that you should?
His steps, he always tell me, and I always tell everybody else, don't try to be like me, be your own person. But take the same steps. Yeah, I think I did. I just try to take the same step as trying to be a person of my culture, my beliefs, and don't follow. Try to be more of a leader. And that's what I try to do with the show.
Is that your advice to teenagers out there that are watching?
Yeah, my advice for teenagers is always try to be yourself. There's always something in a person that's individual that makes them who they are. If let's say Team View, if Team View, we all the same person, we all dress the same, it would be the boringest show you ever watch.
That's true.
But we have 6 individual teenagers there, and they all different. They dress different, they speak different, and they all do different things in Team View. So it makes it more exciting.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. So, Is there anything else you would like to say to the audience?
No, just basically as teenagers, guys, you got to keep on watching our show. The more likes on Facebook, the more time that we have on the show.
It's also like for a good cause to speak out to.
In front of the camera. They do volunteer work, which they get hours from their school as a volunteer. A lot of the schools have the little volunteers, community service programs, so they get enough grades to go to college. And it also gives them a hope, benefits to speak to people. Like they get the courage to speak out, they get the courage to be their own person.
To break out of their shell a little.
Yeah, exactly. You know, that little shell that they have, they break out, and it's kind of hard. Like when you're first time on the camera, first time interviewing a person, or seing a celebrity, you don't want to be like, oh my God, it's a celebrity. You know, you want to be like, cool, hey. And then when they leave, you can break down, oh my God, I met him. Like when I met my first celebrity, I had to be like more professional.
Who was your first?
My actually first celebrity that I met was when I was about 19 to 20. I met Cynthia Rockworth was when I was doing martial arts championship, and I met Reeds Jr., Suzuki, I think. Yeah, Suzuki. Yeah, it's kind of hard, his names, but I met these martial arts guys when I was in my championship, and for them to tell me, breathe in and you can do it. So when I broke my leg, that one moment was like, wow. These guys came up to me and gave me a comment, and I won my championship. It kept going on. I took that advice, but then when they left, I was talking to everybody. At that time, we didn't have texting and all that, so I had to run to them, knocking their doors. Oh my God, I met Shokosuke. I met Cynthia Rockworth. So I was like, but right now it's like when I meet them, like I met a couple of Tim Carey. I met Tyson one time. I met a couple people, Karina Jujabal, and he was real tall, and I'm like looking up.
How did they impact your life? Like who impacted your life the most?
The most, I guess I can say each one had an individual impact. But meeting the stars that I'm meeting now, like Kareem, and I met Jim Carrey, these guys, like I said, wow. Teenagers don't know how it is to meet other people, don't know how to be a star, and all they want to be is what they see on TV, which is
true. Do you consider the TV being a lie to teenagers? Do they give them an image?
They give them a false image. I'm not going to say it's a lie, but they do give them a false image. And I think some of them people, they watch something and say, hey, I can do that, and which they can, But it's an individual thing. You have to look at something and just say, you know what, this is not really what I do. And this is not who I really am.
Yeah. Do you think like the TV is like possessing a teenager's mind in a way, like based on what they see? Like,
well, there is like the little hidden messages,
That's true. Like,
like some people will be throwing out little stuff like TeamView. You got to throw out little messages like TeamView, and
with like comedy behind it.
Right. If you just keep saying the word TeamView, somebody's gonna go to see TeamViews.
That's true.
So I think that's why they do. They just keep spilling out the words, and the teenagers see another teenager doing it. They want to do it.
It will inspire them to become a better person, like based on what they see. And do you think that teenagers outside, like, did they ever like tell you that TeensView has changed their life? In a way.
Yeah.
But before you answer that question, we'll go on commercial break because I gotta pay these bills. Hi, I'm Cindy, one of your hosts from TeensView, and today we're going to be talking about something very tragic, which is bullying. Did you know that 1 out of 3 teenagers commit suicide due to bullying? And also, 2 out of 3 teenagers know about someone being bullied? According to StopBullying.gov, more than 7,000 individuals have committed suicide due to bullying, and 80% of those were males. That was pretty shocking to me too. If you have any questions or if you're thinking about committing suicide, you can just call our hotline 1-800-273-TALK. And remember, the number is 1-800-273-8255. And remember, I'm Cindy Lopez, your host from TeensView, and always remember that we do care. Charles, before we went off on air, I asked you, do you think that teenagers have impacted, like, have ever told you that you changed their life based to Teens View?
Well, I had actually one person from Team View, matter of fact. He said, we had a speech one time, and he said that made an impact, and he wanted to do what I do, and he wants to be a person that I am now, which was remarkable. Like, when someone says that to you, you're like, wow, you know, am I getting through to people? Which I just do it for the fun. I love doing it. I love having seen the kids do their stuff. I always said the kids are our future, and I'm always thinking, like, okay, if I get old, is this guy going to be taking care of me? So I'm like, I got to make sure he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So.
And, like, what are, like, the hard part about being the CEO of Laloma?
Oh, my God. Just the name alone is like, everyone thinks, first of all, everybody thinks CEO, you're filthy rich and everything, and the only thing I'm filthy rich of is happiness. But
I like that answer.
well, it's like being a CEO, you have to have eyes everywhere. I do have my camera guys, I do have my PR people, but I got to be all those people as well. I got to make sure they're doing their job. I got to make sure this is going on. Because if it fails, they're not going to blame them. They're going to blame me. So it's kind of hard.
It's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, it's a lot of stress. I'm not going to say it's not stress, but I'm a person that believes in you take the good with the bad and just figure it out. You know, mix it up, figure out how to go, and just continue going like that.
Do your kids ever say that you're mean and bossy? Like,
yeah. My daughter always says I'm controlling.
Yeah.
When I don't want to give her something, I always tell her, I give you what you need, not what you want. I don't like you. You're not my dad no more. Blah, blah, blah. You know, and it's kind of hard to try to eliminate, because I was a army brat. My stepdad was in the army, so that bossy part sometimes come out of me.
Yeah.
And then,
how come your daughter isn't a part of Teens View?
She actually not a camera person, and she actually lives with her mom right now. So she's like in a different state, and I'm in one state doing all the stuff. But she actually is very smart. She wants to do a lot of stuff. Well, she keeps changing it. First she's a doctor. Nice. Now she's want to be a chef. So I try to influence her. Now she's 16.
Oh, you know, they go through like all these phases. Like, I want to be a doctor. I want to be a nurse.
Yeah. She's going through a lot. She's going to be 17 now
Are you worried
in September.
as a father?
Oh, yeah, I'm always worried.
Really? Do you constantly call her? Like, you better be home?
Not too much, because she's over there and she's going to do what she wants anyway. But as a single father that's from far, I try to do my best. Right now she's mad at me because I didn't want to give her some money, so she haven't called for like a couple of days. But they go through their phases. I know she's with her teenager friends, but she knows that I'm always here. You know.
Do you consider yourself an overprotective father?
Yeah. I'm so overprotected, she don't even have me as a friend in her Facebook.
Oh, God. Because she knows. You tell me everything.
She knows who's at, where he's coming from, what he's doing, where he's at. You know, what's he going to do for his life, and, you know. Dad, everybody's not like, you know, your show, and that's what I hear, but I try. You know.
And, like, your kids from, like, the show, do they, like, do you, like, treat them, like, as a way as your daughter? Like, do you try to...
As my kids, I try not to, you know. I'll be like, sometimes I'll be like, you know, hey, I don't think you should do that, I don't do it. But since they have their own parents, I try not too much. But I try to be a friend of theirs, like, where they can come to me and talk to me about anything. You know, anything and everything. The females talk to me about everything and anything. So, down to the blushing, you know, the cheek questions that they have. But I try to do my best.
You consider yourself understanding? And, like...
To a point. There are times, you know, I'm adult, I'm a male, so there are times it's me, my point of view, not yours, you know, type of thing. But we do gather around as a staff, and I ask their opinions and stuff like that. And some of the shows are their ideas as well. So, you know, I try to get as much possible.
And, like, their ideas, do you constantly bring them to the show? Like,
yes. Half of the ideas and the comedy stuff, we sit down and we talk. I throw my idea, and they'll be like, hey, we should do this and do that. And then we'll look at it, we'll do a take. If the take didn't look good, then we'll do another take. Sometimes we do 2 hours of takes, you know.
Wow, that's a lot of time.
Yeah.
What's the longest that you guys have ever...
The longest for one show we did was actually 2 days. It was actually 2 days, yeah.
I bet it was really frustrating for you and, like, for everybody else.
Well, It was frustrating, but it was a 2-day event because one day we had one event and then the other day we have another event. So the miracle of TV, we placed it as one event. So it was a good thing.
Oh, I see. Well, it was very nice talking to you, Charles.
Oh, thank you.
And hope the best for you and your show.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.